Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Cape Breton Originals with Brandon and Imogen and our Friday night trivia. As you know, this week's theme is phobias. What are you afraid of? Well, me, I'm afraid of going live and being silenced. That's my phobia. No, just kidding. All right, guys, how was your week?
It was awesome.
A bitterly
It was
cold
so-
week.
Yeah, tell us about the cold, Brandon, and then you tell us about the cold in BC, Imogen.
Oh, yes. Our temperature right now, as of 7 o'clock. Hold on. I'm just going to do it this way. It's way easier. All right. So our temperature as of 7 o'clock is minus. It's just updating right now. Oh, yeah, it is. It's totally updating right now. We were minus 36, wind chill minus 42 the last half hour, and I was outside half an hour ago, and I felt my nostrils freeze, so it's now minus 37. There we go. So we're dropping quickly. We're hitting minus 40 tonight.
Yeah, not so nice. So tell us how the temperature is up there in Victoria Island, Imogen. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm actually really quite impressed that Brandon's nose hairs are a barometer of temperature that he can tell is minus 37 by the level of freezing in his nostrils.
That's right. And they freeze right together, and it feels weird, but it's awesome at the same time.
That you can pinch and then wait. Pinch and then wait. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, do those red nostril hairs turn white?
Yep. Red nostril hairs turning white.
He's going to be getting those little snoutsicles. The little snoutsicles.
Yes.
That's your sign to stay inside. Put another log on the fire. That's right. What I say.
Once you start getting the runny nose Fu Manchu, then just go inside. Forget about building snow dudes.
Well, I can tell you, you probably don't get too much of this type of cold up where you're at because you're in southern BC up there, Imogen. But I'll tell you, Brandon is well used to it. For me, I don't see too much of it in Cape Breton these days at that level of cold. And dear God, please don't let it happen. But I'm telling you, when your nose starts to freeze together, there's no running your nose. It is frozen nostril city all the way. You can't even breathe through your nose. It just sticks right together like someone crazy glued you. It wasn't crazy glue.
You're standing out there doing this. You're trying to go. But what I'm going to try to do tomorrow is that I'm going to freeze my t-shirt. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my t-shirt in. I'm going to soak it all up, and I'm going to stand it up. I'm going to freeze it, and then I'm going to play frisbee with my t-shirt tomorrow by myself in the wide open.
Well, Brandon, if you want to make an outfit of yourself, all you got to do is take a hot shower, fully dressed, go outside, stand there for just a minute, undress yourself. Your clothes will keep the shape of what you have of your body. Take them off, and people, leave them out there. People will think you're outside.
Right? Stand them up along the side of the road so people think there's like a weird limbless invisible dude just like hanging out there.
Put it like sideways, like you're hitchhiking.
I can easily do that. Yeah.
Stick a mop inside of it, dye it red so people think it's your gingy hair.
Oh yeah. This is got a little Merry Melodies, Looney Tunes.
Glasses on it. Oh my God, if you do that, we'll die laughing. All right, Brandon, since it's so cold up there, I think you should warm us up tonight and start the show. Go ahead with your first question.
Start the show. The trivia show. The Phobia.
He's totally prepared.
Out there. That's right. Oh no.
So I see you were ready.
Okay.
You're frozen.
I'm going to see if I can read this question.
Okay, go ahead.
You got this.
Yeah. My thing froze. So, come on. Okay.
Cold, the internet's freezing.
All right.
Yeah.
Cynophobia is an extreme fear of which animal? Is it cats, dogs, or chickens?
Ooh.
Chickens.
Yeah.
I just like chickens.
Cynophobia. I don't even know what any of those that cynophobia refers to, so I'm going to go with chickens as well.
They make wonderful pets and snacks.
Who has a guess?
Whew. This is taking a while to click the answer here. Hopefully
Well, we'll
that'll
just
be-
think
there.
it's
Oh,
your
there it
internet is
Good.
frozen in an unusual condition. Ice frozen. Not
Yeah.
buffer frozen.
Ice
Yeah.
what's
cold
happening?
up here.
His internet was making that face, and it froze that way.
Martha says chickens
my-
as well.
my face
Hello,
is
Martha.
frozen.
Thanks for tuning in.
That is awesome.
hmm
Yep, I'm going with chickens.
All right.
One chicken.
So what's the answer, Brandon?
Well, the answer is actually dogs.
What?
Dogs.
Wow.
Do-
Wow.
Oh.
There's a
Dogs.
shocker. Huh.
Is xenophobia spelled with a C? Sounds like it's spelled with a C.
Yep.
Oh,
Starts with a C.
well,
Yeah.
okay.
Shocker. All right. What do you got for us there, Imogen?
Okay. Well, I figured a brief explanation of phobias because it's a common term, but a lot of people don't really know how it would be described exactly or what it actually means. Well, I did a little reading. So according to psychcentral.com, phobias are a persistent and intense fear of a particular object, person, situation, or activity is kind of the general classification. The DSM-5 classifies phobias as an anxiety disorder, which, given how prolific anxiety disorders is, it makes it sound a little less intense, but for those who live with genuine phobias, it is crippling. Current research estimates that approximately 5 to 10% of the general population lives with some sort of phobia, which falls under one of 5 categories. They are natural environment, animals, situational, visceral, such as blood injections or injury, and other.
Oh,
Other is a weird one.
yeah. Other is everything else but. Mm.
Exactly.
hmm
Now you think that, like,
Hmm.
you know, a fear of persons like clowns and mimes and stuff or doctors, okay, but then other. What qualifies as other? Well, there's a lot. So, under the category of other, which could also be, in a weird way, sort of classified in a couple different ways, but under other, a lot of children deal with this, but eventually grow out of it. If you are nyctophobic, what are you afraid of? Is it A, the boogeyman or monsters, B, the dark, C, spiders, or D, getting in trouble?
I'm going with the dark. I think a lot of children like night lights. And that is why, because they do not like the dark. That's my answer. Final answer. What do you think, Brendan?
I'm gonna go spiders.
Are you going
Spiders?
spiders?
Okay.
One
Yeah.
guess for spiders, one guess for the dark. Anyone watching at home, what say you? If you're nyctophobic, are you afraid of monsters or the boogeyman? I wasn't quite sure how to categorize, to not be too fine of a point on that. Are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of spiders? Or are you afraid of getting in trouble? Ooh, Margaret watching at home is saying the dark.
Hey, Margie.
Hi,
Yeah.
Margie. I've never met her, but I like this name.
She's a doll. Yeah,
Shelley's
I know her
guessing the dark.
personally. Well, hello, Shelly. I was wondering where you were, darling. She's one of yours, Brandon. And Shelly is guessing dark as well.
Excellent. Well, that is correct. The correct answer is B. Nyctophobia is a fear of the dark. Nycto is actually a Greek word, and it comes from Nyx, who was the goddess and personification of the night. And a fearsome creature, I guess. Or calming to others.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Mine's a pretty easy one, and I kind of think that you explained it a little bit, actually. So this should be easy for everybody. Mine is feeling fear works like an instinct. True or false? Feeling fear works like an instinct in phobias. Is that true or false for your phobia? So if you feel the fear,
True.
I'm going to say
Brandon,
true. I'm
True?
going to say I'm going to say true.
Okay.
True.
Any at-home guesses? Who's got a guess? Shelly says true as well. Margie says false. Oh, okay. We got a couple conflicting. Excellent.
I like this.
Zach Krieger, never seen you before. Welcome to the show. If one has Lilithphobia, they better not be storm chasing. Well, you got that right. Speaking of storms, Cape Breton seems to be just magnetizing them all. We're hauling all the storms into the island because we apparently like that shit. Anyhow, well, the answer is true. So Brandon and Imogen, you got it right. It is. So feeling fear works like an instinct. So if you feel fear and you know that something's not right, yeah, get out of there. Something's wrong. Go home.
Listen to your gut.
Right?
Listen.
Yeah.
Your gut knows what's up. Always trust your instinct.
Exactly.
Yep.
Back to you, Brandon.
All right, I'm gonna definitely mess these words up here. So here we go. Which is the following phobias causes an intense fear of sleep? Is it A, omathalophobia, B, dextrostrophobia, or C, somnophobia?
I think you've got lip phobia. They're not quite working right, Brandon. What?
Somnophobia. I'm going C. Somnophobia.
Yeah, C sounds right because the rest of them sounded. Yeah, phobia.
I'm going from memory, but I believe that Somnus was a Greek god that was sort of governed over sleep and the state of sleep. Mm-hmm. So kind of the one who would put you to sleep, or when you're in the dream state, that was who sort of had territory, who ruled that domain. And I believe that was Somnus. And Shelley at home was saying C because insomnia.
Yeah.
Marty's saying C as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good call, Shelley, with insomnia, making that connection there.
Yeah, excellent answering there, guys. I'm also going with C because it was the last answer in my mind, and I, dear God, couldn't repeat the first two or even the third one. So yeah, that's why I'm going with it.
I was liking Brandon's verbal acrobatics, but instead of a beautiful choreographed gymnastic routine through these difficult words, it was like a somersault down a bumpy hill. So,
right?
but I picked up somnus something.
Brandon's phobia is phonics.
Yes. Anyone watching at home, not online, I hope you have a pen and paper and are checking your answers against ours. And I hope you can pronounce the stuff better.
Right? What's the answer?
Yeah, the answer is C. Yep.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 2. Excellent. All right, Imogen, what do you got?
All right, let's see here. All right. If you are afraid of being stared at, once again, under the category of other, and going a little obscure here. If you're afraid of being stared at, you live with which condition? Is it scopophobia, anthophobia, lochiophobia, or coulrophobia?
If you were scared of what?
Noctophobia.
Being stared at.
I don't know. I think if you're that scared, I'm thinking chlorophobia. You just, what are you knocking them out? You put the chloroform on them? I don't know.
Right? Like the connection.
Yeah. You staring at me? You going down.
I don't expect anyone to pronounce these. So just, A, B, C, or D.
Right.
I'll repeat the answers if anyone wants to draw a phonetic connection here, or if anyone knows the root words or the source words. So if you're afraid of being stared at, you live with what condition? Is it A, scopophobia, B, anthophobia, C, lochiophobia, or D, coulrophobia?
Yeah, I'm sticking with that chlorophobia. It sounds, D, dangerous. I like it.
It does. Margaret at home is saying B, anthophobia. Allison at home is saying A, scopophobia. Brandon?
Hello, Allison.
I'm going to go with noctophobia. Noctophobia.
Noctophobia. That's not on the list. Are you saying lochophobia?
See?
Yeah.
He's got that phonetic phobia.
I think Brandon's lumpy downhill somersault is trying to say lochiophobia.
Yeah. We'll help you out there, Brendo. And Eck is guessing D as well.
Shelley at home is saying A, scopophobia. Eck is saying D, coulrophobia. Awesome. This was a fun one. Well, the correct answer is A, scopophobia. It's the fear of being stared at. So, fun fact, that feeling of being watched is actually a source of that. Yeah, like, when you can feel someone watching you.
Oh,
It's
God,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a primitive defense mechanism. It's like a sensor that we have that indicates, from caveman days when we were literally out in the wild with large things that would eat us. So it's a defense mechanism. It's a primitive defense mechanism that lets us know when a predator is watching us. Now, we're not exactly preyed on so much anymore, but we still have that as a holdover buried deep in our DNA. So that feeling of being watched, you probably are. There's someone out there. The cameras are everywhere, people. Be afraid. The fear of being watched is real. I'm hoping by the end of tonight, at least a couple people discover new phobias about themselves. And if I can instill one or two, I'll be very happy. Awesome. Oh, and London's just coming in from at home saying thalassophobia is the fear of deep ocean water. Yes. Oh, I just gotta say, I loathe being on the ocean. I mean, I love it, but I have a low level fear. Yep.
Yeah. Sounds awful. If somebody's staring at me, I'm going to pull this up. This is run into these. And guess what's going to be running into them? And your glasses won't help.
Three Stooges defense.
Right? Okay. I guess it's my turn. So under which heading would you expect to find information about what happens in your body when you feel fear? So what happens in your body when you feel fear? Don't say poop your pants. This better not say that. Let's see. A, how fear works. B, fears people have. C, fears during childhood. D, overcoming phobias. I'll read it again. So under which heading would you expect to find information about what happens in your body when you feel fear? Again, how fear works, fears people have, fears during childhood, or overcoming phobias. Sounds like a complicated, I got to really think hard question. I should have skipped it.
Depending on if it's coming from a physiological perspective, it would be under one, but if it's from a psych perspective, it'd be under another. If it's behavioral psychology, it'd be childhood related. But if it's just baseline fear, like the psychological mechanism of fear, then it'd be under what?
Shelley thinks it's trauma, right? This one was complicated. So Richard had, hi Richard, how fear works. Ooh, I think Richard has, I think he's on something.
Well, yeah, depending on how fine-tuned the subject of fear, it can be all of them. Depends on what angle. Yeah. Allison at home is saying E, all of the above with a right-in answer. I'm with Allison on that one.
Yeah.
All of the above.
We broke Imogen's head with that one. Sorry, Imogen.
There's so many ways it could be classified.
So I know it's true. That one broke my head too. I was like, what does not compute? Too many compute. So yeah, it's A, how fear works. And back to you.
As a general topic, yes, but contextual relevance and evidentiary support can put it under any of the categories.
Yeah.
We broke her head. She's like, I don't like that answer. It's horrible.
They're all acceptable.
All
right?
of them.
Incomplete data.
Oh, too funny.
Okay.
We got Brandon.
All right. So which of the following physical symptoms is common when you experience a phobia? Is it A, rapid heartbeat, B, a fever, or C, a stomach ache?
Ooh, it could be both of the stomach ache and what did you say the first one was? Was it a fever or a headache?
It would be
Rapid heartbeat.
hold on.
Rapid heartbeat. Thank you.
Rapid heartbeat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking rapid heartbeat.
Yeah, the heart rate's the first thing that's the first symptom that's gonna kick in is your heart rate's gonna accelerate because you're gonna get that little dump of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna trigger a whole chain reaction of other symptoms. So the first one would be rapid heartbeat, but the other ones are not guaranteed, they're not all tied together. Yeah, going rapid heartbeat.
Yeah. Looks like it's a consensus. Everybody's saying same rapid heartbeat. Richard,
Yeah.
Shelley, Margie, Allison, all rapid heartbeat. So you're gonna shock us, Brandon? What's the answer?
Well, the answer is rapid heartbeat.
Woo!
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome.
All right, there, Imogen. What do you got?
All right. In the category of animal phobias, ophidiophobia refers to a fear of what? Is it dogs, grasshoppers, fish, or snakes?
Well, we know it's not dogs after whatever that answer Brandon gave us.
Yeah, the
So-
weird
Yeah.
animal one.
So snakes. Give us those answers again.
All right. In the category of animal phobias, ophidiophobia refers to a fear of what? Dogs, grasshoppers, fish, or snakes?
I will have to go with snakes. Although there is
Snakes.
some pretty ugly fish. Perch are pretty scary looking.
There are some terrifying fish.
Ooh.
The lumpfish.
Yeah.
Yep. Margie at home is saying snakes.
And there's some really good tasting fish too.
Ooh.
Richard is saying
Richard's saying
grasshopper.
grasshoppers.
Fish.
I don't know. Is a shark a fish?
Actually, a lot of fish are classified as sharks. Like a lot of catfish are actually classified as sharks. I have a little pet shark. His name is Udo, and he's a black shark. I love him to bits. He's my little of the fish. He's my baby. He's a shark, but he looks more like a catfish. He's got like little whiskers and very gentle, very timid little thing.
That could change. The answer could change then, because I'm thinking not sharks as fish, but when you put fish and sharks in the same category, then I am afraid of sharks. So, I'm afraid of both sharkfish and snakes.
There are some really wild fish out there. Amazon piranhas, they're beautiful animals. Not the volatile creatures we understand them to be for movies, but they're actually super cool. They're really chill until feeding time. And then it's just they have this weird cyclone action school feeding. They're fascinating.
I got land piranha. Some people refer to them as ducks, but in the morning, trust me, they're like land piranha. They can't get the food in fast enough. It's funny. But yeah, what's the answer?
The correct answer is D. Ophidiophobia is the fear of snakes.
Aha.
I love snakes. They're so cute, and I can't understand the fear of them, but a lot of people are afraid of them. They look at these little things that move with no legs, and they look at them and go, oh, ew. And I look at them and go, but I want to pet you. I want to hold you. I want to cuddle you and pet your little face.
Big ones like anacondas say, but I want to eat you. Eat. No.
You know what? I lived with a 7-foot constrictor for a very long time. And for at least like 2-3 years, he literally just lived. He ran free in my apartment. He was confined to a certain area, and like he lived mostly in my bedroom, but he'd come out in the living room sometimes. And he was 7 feet long. He was when I bought him, I got him from a breeder. The numbers were healthy, but over the 20 some odd years I had him, the numbers actually dropped so bad that his species only exists in one tri-state park in the southern US.
Wow.
He's no longer in Canada. There's like no breeders carry them because no one knows what they are. So they're not bred. They're not popular. So they don't breed them. There's no money in it. But even in the wild, the numbers are so low that they're now like in one state, they're listed as endangered, in another as protected. And in the third state, they are no longer even listed as living there. But he was such a gentle, timid animal until feeding time. And then it's game on. And he was just an amazing little creature. So gentle. And he loved Donna Summer. He loved disco. It was great.
Good morning, Lou. Well, I mean, I love the Donna Summer mixed with the Ozzy Osbourne mash, but snakes, I couldn't have one as a pet.
He was so beautiful.
Now, mind you, I have almost gone over my handlebars a couple of times on my ATV stopping. I do not run over snakes if I see them. I do try to take care because I think they're a God's creature, but I'm not ready to take them on and feed them or nothing. Okay. So which of these a physical response to fear? Which of these are a physical response to fear? Drowsiness, hunger, rapid breathing, or thirst? Kind of lingers or connects into your question. Again, which of these is a physical response to fear? Drowsiness, hunger, rapid breathing, or thirst? Who has
drowsiness?
You going to go with drowsiness? All right.
Rapid breathing. I'm going with rapid breathing. Drowsiness can follow. I mean, Ned Flanders, every time he freaks out, he just kind of does the whole ooh and faints. But yeah, I'm going with rapid breathing.
Okay, good guess. So Lucius also says rapid breathing. Margie says rapid breathing. Brandon says everybody but you said rapid breathing. Brandon.
There must be something wrong with me then.
You're not breathing rapidly enough, Brandon.
Yeah. You're all right, Brandon. It is. It's rapid breathing. Good guesses, guys. Except Brandon. We'll just say that you've got brain freeze, Brandon.
Yeah, I got brain freeze tonight.
Awesome.
Too funny. Back to you, Brandon.
All right. This one should be an easy one. Which of the following situations can make a person with a germophobia feel extremely anxious? Would be looking down from a high building, shaking hands with other people, or touching a snake.
Ooh.
Okay, the last two. I'm just gonna say, like,
it's a 50-50 on the last two. Agreed.
If depending on the severity of your germophobia, the first thing is shaking hands. Like, I'm a recovered germaphobe, and shaking hands for a long time was just simply something I did not do.
Howie Mandel comes to mind with this phobia because he couldn't shake anybody's hand. And I don't know if he's gotten over that phobia. So I'm going to go with shaking hands because of him.
Yep.
That's my theory on it. Anybody else? Margie says shaking hands. Who else has a guess? Come on, Richard. You must have one. Shelley must have one.
Well, if you're really germophobic, you probably have trouble touching snakes as well, because just touching a lot of things is going to be a problem. A lot of germaphobes will not touch door handles or like high traffic touch points.
Allison says shaking hands as well. Yeah. Okay. Hit us up there, Brendan. What's the answer?
Well, the answer is shaking hands.
You guys had it right. Exactly. So everybody guessed it right on the shaking hands. All right, there. Imogen, what do you got for us?
All right. Winter is particularly difficult for a frigophobic. A person with this particular phobia is afraid of what? Snow, cold weather, too little daylight, or yetis?
Did you say a frigophobia?
Yep.
I'm going to think frig is like fridge, and it's just another name for cold because they're not hooked on phonics. I'm saying cold.
I'm going to go cold.
Yeah.
Lucius at home is also saying cold. All right.
Margie says cold.
Margie saying cold? Awesome. Yeah, so winter is particularly difficult for a frigophobic. A person with this particular phobia is afraid of what? Snow, cold weather, too little daylight, or yetis? Allison's also saying cold. Everyone's unanimous on cold, and y'all are correct. It is a fear of cold weather. Welcome to Canada.
Right? If you don't like the cold, you can't go
to my house.
Frigophobic.
Join the crowd. Just because we live here don't mean we like it. Means we tolerate it and wait for summer.
All right.
That's right.
Get a snow tan. While we wait. Well, yeah.
Entomology for the win, says Lucius. Right? Okay. So next question. A phobia is a fear that is out of proportion to the danger. True or false? So again, I'm going to put this one in the comments. A phobia is a fear that is out of proportion to the danger. My God, what did I get? The most confusing type of questions? You ask that question very confusingly. Why, certainly, I can.
To the danger. So this is like going to the danger zone here, right?
It is. And, I did love the danger zone. So what do you think? True or false? Margie says true.
True.
Lucas says true. Shelley says true. What do you think, Imogen?
I'm going to say it's true. It's out of whack. If phobia would be more extreme fear,
These are correct. It is true. Back to you.
Sure.
Good job, guys.
Awesome. Brandon, what have you?
All right. So, which of the following fictional characters has fears of growing old, also known as gerascobia? Phobia, something like that. So is it A, Peter Pan, B. Harry Potter. C. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my
Peter
God.
Pan.
I was waiting for
Well,
the
Peter
answer I
Pan.
wanted to pick. None of them were there.
A fear of growing old. A fictional character.
Oh, it's Peter Pan. He wanted to stay a little boy forever, if I remember right. I'm going Peter Pan.
Yep, I'm going Peter Pan because the whole Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch and the whole aging thing of wanting to be a kid. And yeah, that's my connection to that one.
Yep. Allison says A. And then we got Lucius says Peter Pan didn't want to grow old. Exactly. And Tamara, hello, Tamara, new joiner tonight. Thanks for coming on, watching the show. And she says LOL. And we've got Margie saying Peter Pan as well. So yeah, I like those answers. What do you got for us?
And the answer is the Peter Pan.
Good job, guys.
Easy trivia.
Okay. All right. This was a fun one. Again, a rarity. Emetophobia is very rare. Most of us have a general discomfort with the object of unease, but for an emetophobic, a flu can be a source of abject terror. What does this phobia refer to? Is it a fear of diarrhea, excess sweating, vomiting, or severe illness?
Well, I got to say, my fear is being around somebody with diarrhea and them diarrheaing on me. That would certainly, third-party diarrhea fear.
There's a chance I might have this fear. I'm going to go vomiting.
Oh, you have that, you think?
You're going vomiting?
Is it your own
Awesome.
vomit?
You're going vomiting. And it's going with Jen is going with diarrhea.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with diarrhea. It definitely.
Awesome. Shelly's going with the sweating.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any other guesses? Emetophobia refers to a fear of what? Diarrhea, excess sweating, vomiting, or severe illness. Lucius is saying diarrhea in his strange Lucius speak.
Margie's also
saying pooping, so diarrhea. Mary's saying sweating. Awesome.
Good answer.
All horrifying.
Yeah.
All right. The correct answer is C. An emetophobic is terrified to yak. They're going to yak up their soul. They're afraid of throwing up.
What?
Yep.
Wow. That one kind of surprised me.
Yeah. I would not have thought that there's that qualifies as a phobia or that there's anyone with that strong of a fear. I mean, not a lot of people enjoy throwing up. There's a general discomfort on the subject, but as a phobia, that would be horrible. A flu would be the most horrifying thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And that's why I haven't had the flu for 20 years.
Look, we're not allowed to call. It's not the flu or the cold no more, okay? Everything is COVID.
I thought it was all glutens. I thought that was gluten. Anything negative, all toxins are all glutens, or are they all COVIDs now? I'm not sure which is which.
It's all the same. Anything that's no good must be COVID. Oh, what's happened? COVID. What?
I want to go back to glutens being the bad guy.
I know.
They're all glutens.
The excuse for everything. Whatever is wrong with you, COVID will fix it. I can't go. Why? COVID. Oh my God. Instead of any excuse that will bother someone, all you need is just to say COVID, and it's like, oh, perfect, you're out. It's a great excuse for anything. You know, I can't think of one thing you can't use it for. All right, next question. Section with the heading, what causes phobias, will have information about. Yeah, I'm serious. I seriously got, could you get the most confusing questions ever? I did. I did a really good job on that. Again, I put the question in the comments because I can't make these stupid things up, but yet here they are. So, a section with the heading, what causes phobias, will have what information? So, how phobias create problems. B, why people have phobias. C, how to cure phobias. D, what people should do if they have phobias. All right. Like, I swear I got homework questions. Okay, all right, think, concentrate, research. What's the answer? It's like, my God.
Can you repeat the question?
How phobias, a section with the heading, What Causes Phobias, will have information about how phobias create problems, why people have phobias, how to cure phobias, or what people should do if they have phobias. So let's just picture we're in a section of the library and it's what causes phobias. And this is what would be listed underneath. So Tamara says she has a fear of heights and spiders. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with C, just because. I don't know why, but
C sounds
just
like
go with C.
middle of the pack stack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with A. I lost track of the question and the option. I'm gonna go with A. This is the one where I don't even understand the words I'm hearing. I'm just filling in a random bubble on the form.
I'm saying thank you. It's like it's like, okay, this is English, but it does not compute. What's going on?
My brain is just not processing the information, so I'm just gonna say A. And hope for the best. It's a 1 out of 4 chance. 25% chance of winning the point on this one.
Right on.
For this one, there's a point.
All right. So if we were in that section and we had to figure it out, the answer is B. Why people have phobias. So what causes phobias? Answer why people have phobias. It's almost like the question was answered with a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain does not like this data format.
My brain.
Syntax error.
It is a syntax error. I think somebody who has an ID 10T error made this trivia, and they just made it to break our brains. It's working.
Yep.
Yes, they did. Monsters.
Can you tell we don't pre-read our questions? We like to play along so that everybody's on the same page. Nobody knows the answers, including us, and we play along. And the only thing we really coordinate on is to make sure we're not on the same trivia pages. And if we are, we go to the top or the bottom. But yeah, I can see that mine was not a good choice. Back to you, Brendan. For the love of God, fix this.
I'll say my trivia was a great choice. All right, here we go.
On mine, I tried. Yeah. All right.
All right. So, what is acrophobia? Is it A, a fear of heights, B, a fear of enclosed spaces, or C, a fear of the ocean?
I thought you were going to say a fear of acrobats. Well, that wasn't there.
I'm going with the heights.
No.
Because acrobats sounds a little, I'm going fear of heights or tall, whatever. Wait, can you repeat the question and answer?
Yeah.
Okay. What is acrophobia? Is it A, a fear of heights, B, a fear of enclosed spaces, or C, a fear of the ocean?
I'm going with B because
because I said so.
Nope.
I'm you know what? I'm going fear of heights. I'm going with that one. I'm the acrobat tie-in. It's Janet said acrobats, and that just stuck with me. It speaks to me.
Oh,
fear of heights. They're up real high.
I didn't tie it together. That makes sense. So Margie says water. Tamara says heights. Allison says A. Lisa, hi. Thanks for tuning in. Fear of heights. And then Shelly says enclosed space. All right. So what do we got? What's the answer there, Brendo?
The answer is the fear of heights.
Yeah.
Wow. Should have stuck with my conclusion. Okay. Back to you, Imogen. What do you got for us?
All right. Let's see here. All right. You know what? I was liking these really oddly specific ones. There are so many really unique things out there. And like, it's so, some of them get so fine tuned that it's like, there's definitely a sense of like sympathy or pity or something for someone who lives with some of these things. Like I found apparently there's a clinically diagnosed fear of like a Russian rock band. Can't remember how it's pronounced because it's a Russian word that ends in phobia, but like it gets so fine tuned, and I cannot imagine what the catalytic event was that planted the seed for a lifetime fear of a Russian rock band.
I'm thinking everything that they would musically do in Russian would sound like it was rock. Like, can you imagine a soft singing Russian other than opera? Like, they're very, very rough over there. I don't think there's.
Oh man,
anything-
yeah,
Oh,
Russian heavy metal is absolutely deadly. But like Russian classical music, I have a soft spot for Russian composers. Like it's 18th, 19th century Russian composers. It just like, and I never really thought about it until one day I started looking up the composers I was listening to, and I'm like, well, what do you know? Like it's got this really aggressive, hard sound to it, and
like, I see you, you see me. Come closer. I take your teeth. You know.
well, like okay, one of my favorite songs ever. And I was talking to Lucius about this the other day. I asked him to try and learn to play it because it's just awesome. But one of my favorite songs ever is Korobia Nikki, which most people know is the Tetris song. But Korobia Nikki, it's a Russian folk song, and it's about a gypsy girl, and she meets a boy, and they meet in a field, and they profess their love and part ways by morning. And she has a beautiful turquoise ring in her possession, which may have been payment or it may have been stolen. Who knows? But but hearing the Red Army Choir sing Korobia Nikki, it's an absolutely beautiful thing because it's this, folk song. It's a love song of sorts.
Unless they're doing it naked, it's just a thing. Okay.
Right? I know Russian music. It just I love it, particularly classical. But so going down the rabbit hole of weirdly specific stuff. Olophobia refers to a phobia of which musical instrument? Is it the saxophone, the flute, the harpsichord, or the clarinet?
I'm gonna go saxophone.
Yeah, you are.
What was that, Virgin? I meant Brandon. What?
Oh, the saxophone. That one.
Oh, Brandon. Oh, how we love you. All right. The question again. Olophobia.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
Okay. All right. Olophobia refers to a phobia of which musical instrument? Is it the saxophone, the flute, the harpsichord, or the clarinet?
I'll go with the saxophone too, okay?
Awesome.
Oh, God. Yeah. Tamara just wants us to follow the Margie says flute.
Shelly says harpsichord.
Mm-hmm.
We have,
Oh my
we have
God.
2 for saxophone, 1 for flute, 1 for harpsichord.
Oh my God. Poor Brandon, you're such a good sport. Oh, all right.
Anyone with a fear of the harpsichord would have difficulty with certain episodes of the Addams Family of the OG version, because they played a harpsichord, which I always thought was just the coolest thing. I always loved the sound of it. Oh, Lisa at home is saying the flute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the correct answer is actually B. Lisa's got it. Olophobia refers to a fear of the flute.
Wow.
Yeah, that scene.
Unusual.
Yeah, that scene in what's that Will Ferrell movie? Weatherman, Anchorman.
Anchorman,
He
yeah.
plays a flute. He blows fire out the end of the flute. That would be a terrifying thing to an olophobic.
I had no idea that people were afraid of flutes. Well, my goodness, it makes me want to play one. No, just kidding.
I don't have the skill for that.
Right? That's too funny. Okay, so phobias may arise from what out of these choices may phobias arise from? A, genes, and not. Let me just put it in here because it's the
genetics.
Yes, it's the genetic genes, not the Levi genes. B, scary situations. C, changes in weather patterns. Or C, as Brandon would say, or D, personality traits. Again, phobias may arise from A, your genes, B, scary situations, C, changes in weather patterns, or D, personality traits. What do you think, guys? So Lisa's thinking scary situations.
Oh,
I'd love to go changes in weather patterns. The weather guy in me would love to say that.
I don't
But I gotta
know.
go with scary situations.
Yes. See, genetics and scary situations comes down to nature versus nurture. Like if you have an anxiety disorder could just be something that you're subconsciously buried that it's more of like it feels like it's at a genetic level, like something happened in your infancy that was before you were preambulatory, before you remembered. And
3 out of 4 are the correct answers. This is a multi-correct answer. There is only one wrong answer.
Yeah, so scary situations can absolutely trigger some pretty severe phobias. Some people just have discomfort in certain ways, which just comes up, like the nature versus nurture. So genetics would have to be on the list. What were the other two? What are the other two options?
The options are genes, scary situations, change in weather patterns, or personality traits. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everything except weather patterns, unless you're Brandon.
Right? The one thing he chose.
Yeah.
The one thing that wasn't. All right. So it's everything except changes in weather patterns. So phobias arise from your genes, from scary situations, from personality traits, but not from weather patterns. Although, if you're in Cape Breton, we have a phobia of hurricanes. Thank you, Fiona. Rigger. All right. Good thing I'm not drinking. My God. Okay. Back to you, Brendan.
All right. Back to me. What is aviophobia? Aviophobia. Is it a fear? Yeah, aviophobia. Is it a fear of driving, a fear of swimming, or a fear of flying?
Oh, it's a fear of flying. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Aviation, avio. Yeah.
Yes. I believe the word for the fear of birds is very, very close. So when you first said it, that's why I kind of spat out birds. Like,
yeah.
Like birds. Yeah. Flight. Going flight.
Shelly's saying flying. We got Margie saying flying. Tamara saying flying. Lisa's definitely a fear of flying. Yeah, I'd say with the consensus in the house, I'm going with I bet you that's the right one. What do you got there, Brandon? Is it flying?
It is flying.
Yeah.
Woo! Good job, guys. Okay.
Through this trivia.
Out of curiosity, has anyone gotten one of Brandon's questions wrong yet? Like,
last one, probably. That's why I'm making this easy trivia.
Mine are ridiculous. Brandon's my counterpoint. He's the yin to my yang or whatever dirty sounding offset that you want to use.
Okay, next one will be hard. I promise you. It will be very hard.
Yeah, that's what every guy says. All right, so
exactly. Go for it, Imogen.
That's what she said. All right. Corypticophobia, burrisphobia, and trogodophobia are all variations on the fear of what? Statues, paintings, music, or dance?
Oh God, I need a repeat.
Right. Corypticophobia, burrisphobia, and trogodophobia are all variations on the fears of what? Statues, paintings, music, or dancing?
I'll go with statues because I haven't got a god dang phobia know-how about what any of those things are. No.
I'm going to go statues as well. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Doing statues? Awesome. Viewers at home, what say you? Bring your answers.
Statues. Tamara. Yeah, never heard of those. Right? Yeah.
That's almost like gets so fine-tuned. Like to say that you have a fear of like one type of cheese versus another, you might be okay with Parmesan, but not with Swiss. Like it gets so fine-tuned that going down the rabbit hole, I found like under one category, there's like 30 million. So, I mean, I can't imagine being afraid of a type of cheese, but.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking blue cheese. blue cheese makes me think that would come out of something very not good.
Right? For the longest time, for the longest time, the smell of blue cheese, it hit my nose in a way that it could be like really physically uncomfortable or at worst painful. Like it was a smell I was sensitive to. And certain types of blue cheese were really bad. So my old roommate, he loved blue cheese. And I had a house rule that he could not eat it in the house when I was home. And when he knew I was going to be home, he couldn't have it within an hour of me coming home because the smell was so bad. It hit me so hard that it at times, depending on the brand, it was physically painful. Like it stung. It would sting my nose.
You come home and he just finished making blue cheese on pan-seared salmon. Salmon. Like,
see, I like this. Fish smells are hit or miss. If it's a well-made fish, it's a thing of beauty, but then
it's a month old, stale, not a fresh fish with blue cheese.
The fish smell I'm fine with. The old fish smell, very few smells bother me. Just saying. I've got a real strong stomach for bad smells. But blue cheese, it would sting. My sinuses would sting. It would burn. It was awful. And he would try testing me. Like he would try and sneak it. He'd be like down the hall, like in the hallway or just out of sight. Thing if he turned around, that he thought I was exaggerating. But like within a couple of minutes of opening the package, I could smell it. And I'd be like, dude, why are you doing this? You know this physically hurts. Like, please don't.
Well, you know what? They could put that as a diet supplement because honestly, imagine blue cheese Sensi, right? Because you're hungry, you put that sucker on, and you instantly got ill stomach. There's no way I'm eating. So I think it could be used to lose weight. And anyhow, that's a subject for another day.
It's not so bad now, but there was a period of at least 5 years where like just being in the room with blue cheese, it hurt, right? It's now I just don't like it, but then it was painful.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to repeat the question and the answers one more time because I got way off track. All right. Corypticophobia, burrisphobia, and trigotophobia are all variations on the fears of what? Statues, paintings, music, or dancing?
Yeah, sticking with statues.
Awesome. All right, viewers at home, what's your guess?
So Margie, Margie gave us the statues, and we got blue cheese from Eddie and yuck from Tamara. So, and I hate goat cheese. Yeah, I think there's more cheeses I hate than I like. I can't lie. I'm a very I like 4 different cheeses. I like marble, I like cheddar, I like Swiss, and mozza, and Parmesan. So 5 cheeses. The rest, I could care if the world ever gave them away and just be done with them. That's it. Yeah.
Casamarzu is an abomination. That's the maggot cheese. Right? Someone looked at a rancid liquefied cheese crawling with bugs and said, that looks good. Let's dip a cracker in it. Like, why would you do this?
God.
All right.
Go ahead.
The correct answer is C. They are all related to a fear of music. Corypticophobia is a fear of dance music. Burrisphobia is a fear of the blues, and trigotophobia is a fear of songs, just as a finite musical piece. Incidentally, if you are a corypticophobic, you're probably also a little offset by my horrible little T-shirt that I came across. Cool. That's right, Backstreet Boys.
Woo woo.
Yeah, I don't know where I got this abomination, but there it is.
The commercial for the Febreze or something, because it stinks. Why you need that to wash it? Because it stinks, she said. Tell me why. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Regina says all cheese is good. So the answer was
that it's they're all variations of fear of music.
Oh yeah,
so,
music.
Yeah, corypticophobia is dance music, burrisphobia is the blues, and trigotophobia is a fear of songs.
Excellent. All right, we got one more question each, and then our show is done. This was a super fun topic. I can't wait for next week because this was a ball. So my last question of the night, fear and phobia are the same things. True or false? Is fear and phobia the same thing? True or false? So little
False.
time. So many phobias. That's true, Shelly. Phobias
Yep.
was definitely fun. We'll have to have a phobias part 2 one of these
I'll go
times.
false. This one.
I'm gonna say false. They're related, but they're not the same. Fear is everyone can experience fear, but not everyone experiences a phobia. So I'm saying false.
All right, so we got Margie saying false. We got Shelly saying false. We got Tamara saying false. We've got Eddie saying true. Brendan said false. Imogen said false. The answer is false.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Brendan.
All right, here's the last one. The English actor Martin Freeman has revealed he has a phobia of which fruit because he thinks he would choke on a stone. Is it A, mangoes, B, kiwis, or C, avocados?
Avocados.
If you choke on a mango seed, dear God, do you have a flip-top head? That's all I want to know.
You know,
Like, my God, they're massive.
the kind of girl willing to try and swallow a mango seed is. I want to see that. I want to watch this. I maybe I'm thinking a little circus with the sword swallowers or whatever. But I want to see it.
It'd be choked to death live on TV or on the internet. Like, give her, go. It'd be a big old clunk in their throat. And it'd be like, I wonder what happened to her. Well, she thought she could deep throat a mango seed. And now we're at a funeral. Poor
Kiwis
thing.
don't have seeds that you can choke on. If you can choke on a kiwi seed, I'm very impressed. Those are tiny.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're choking on a kiwi seed, what's your other hole size look like?
Dear Lord. Yeah, I'm going with the other one. My answer is the other one.
The other one.
All right. So what's the answer on that one, Brandon? Can't be mango.
The answer is avocados.
Once again, everybody got it correct. This was okay. So I think Brandon needs to reassess his definition of difficult.
I didn't say it was difficult. I said it was easy.
No, you said it was going to be harder, but what he didn't say, it was going to be harder if you were a second grader.
If you'd never heard of any of these fruits, then you'd be at a disadvantage, and it would be a challenge. Okay.
Well, there's a pretty good chance again I didn't read the question before I did it, so
I'm feeling quite confident
better.
that's the case here. All right, Imogen, you'll finish the show for us tonight, and what do you got?
All right. If you are a fan of Gary Larson's comic The Far Side, you may already be familiar with anti-death phobia. If you're one of the unfortunate souls who live with this condition, what are you afraid of? Gorillas, geese, cows, or ducks?
Well, I'm gonna go geese. Oh, yeah.
I was also thinking geese. Mm-hmm.
For any tourist coming to Canada to visit, you should be afraid of geese because they're a national terror.
Well, I did a video last year.
Cobra chickens, yep.
I've seen the geese going by, and I'm telling you, there was one super aggressive, massive geese at the end of the line of the trail of geese that were going, and he gave me that big, elongated, just gave me like, I'm thinking, this guy's going to come full belt at me, and I've never, hooked with a goose before, and I was like, I am not having a goose chase me because it looks scary. So yeah, I'm definitely geese. They are very
terrifying.
Yeah.
Geese fear nothing.
They don't.
There's an intersection a few blocks from where I am, and there's a big pack of geese that live there. And every morning between 7 and 8, they go from this one little grazing area they have they cross the street. This is a main road. They cross the street to the other grazing area right along another. It's right down by the water here. I mean, it's an island. There's water everywhere. Right. So they cross the street. But they understand the walk signals because they'll wait for the walk signal, and this pack of about 20 geese will cross, but they don't understand that when it turns red, we want them already over. and they will take their time. They will stop traffic. They will make us wait. And there's vehicles slowly creeping up, honking at them. And when you honk at them, they will stop. And in their own goose way, they'll flip a wing like they're flipping you off. And half of them will directly sit down. So people every morning between 7 and 8, this flock of geese does this. And so people will get out of their car and you see like 2 or 3 people just like doing the little, come on, try to herd them. Yeah, there's like traffic is building up. There's a line of vehicles waiting for these geese. No one wants to hit them, but we got to get somewhere.
That is hilarious. That is funny. All right, so what's the answer?
All right, so if you're a fan of Gary Larson's comic The Far Side, you may already be familiar with antidaphobia. If you're one of the unfortunate souls who live with this condition, what are you afraid of? Gorillas, geese, cows, or ducks? Well, the correct answer is D. Antidaphobia is a fear of ducks. As Gary Larson put it in one of his comics, antidaphobia is the fear that somewhere a duck is watching you. Get a cool drawing of a little duck staring through a window.
God, it's true. I feed literally hundreds of ducks every single day. And if I'm not out there, if they come at a time when I'm not, expecting them, they'll walk around my duplex and I see them staring in the window. They do that. And they quack. So that's true. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Birds are weird. Birds understand that. See, us bipedal creatures, we're stuck on the XY axis. Like we can go this way, we can go that way. They fear nothing because they can go this way. They can go up. They defy gravity. We're locked in. We are slaves to gravity. We have 4 cubic tons of gravity holding us glued to the planet. And these birds do not care. They do not fear us because if we get too close, they just go up.
And they can fly on a dime. I don't get it because some of their bodies are so long and chubby, and I mean, they amaze me. If you follow Cape Breton Originals, you'll know I'm a duck nut. I have ducks coming out of the yin yang. They're wild ducks. I do videos of them flying through the sky, and when you've got hundreds of ducks flying over your head trying to land on you, the only thought in my head is, please don't shit on my head, please. Because it's a real fear. Yeah. Don't poop on my head because I'm having a hard time finding spots to put their food now because after months and months and months of them coming every single day, twice, today they came for dinner. Okay. They're here for breakfast. They're here for supper, but today they came for dinner. I'm like, ducks, how do you think I'm giving you 3 meals a day? Like, honest to God, 55 pounds of food I go through a day on ducks, and they're costing me a clear fortune. But anyways, I do love them. I don't have a fear of them. I have a fear they're going to leave me.
They're so non-aerodynamic. I'm impressed with the fact that geese or ducks can just they're round. That's not aerodynamic. They're shaped like little meatballs with pointy faces.
And they look so unusual flying around. I think I never get tired of watching them, and their wings make little whistling sounds. So if you ever watch my videos, you'll hear the whistling because there's literally hundreds of them circling. They even crash. They crash up and bang into each other, and I'm like, how are they not falling to the ground? But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is our show for this week. You never know what we're going to have for next week's trivia, but it'll be something fun, and you get to play along with us like always. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great week. Good night, guys.
See you next time.